It's a pleasure to welcome onto the program Representative Ro Khanna. He represents California's 17th congressional district, located in the heart of Silicon Valley. He is serving his third term. Representative Khanna is, of course, a Democrat, and for that, we're extremely grateful because it's fun to have on people from the other party and actually talk through the issues. Representative Khanna, thanks so much for joining the show.
And thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity.
How many of these accidents included drunk driving? We don't know. How many included reckless driving? We don't know.
It's a fair point.
Well, ExpressVPN is an app for your computer and phone that secures and encrypts your data, so you can have peace of mind every single time you go online. They build a secure tunnel between your devices and the internet by rerouting your connection through their servers. That way, your IP address gets masked and your network data becomes encrypted, so your ISP can't see anything you do. The app connects with just one click. It is lightning fast. It is the only VPN I trust because they use a trusted server. Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/Ben or clicking the link in the description below. It's super easy. See, check out my computer. See, here's ExpressVPN. It is open, and boom, clicking to connect, and it's going connected. So now I'm protected, and so is my data. That is the important thing. Protect your data today. Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/Ben or clicking the link in the description box below. And the other big problem with a federal minimum wage is that it is federal. I mean, when we're talking about setting one standard minimum wage across an entire country, where wages are extremely different in Mississippi than they are in California. In California, a $15 minimum wage in a place like your district or a place where I was living until very recently, LA, you get a $15 minimum wage. That buys you like a 1-bedroom studio apartment. If you get a $15 minimum wage in Mississippi, that is literally the median wage in Mississippi. Right? There are states where there are wildly disparate numbers as far as what wages are actually worth in particular states. Why in the world would the federal government set a federal minimum wage that is so high that it is actually at or close to, I believe the median wage in Mississippi right now is $14.23 an hour. Why would they set a median wage, a minimum wage that is above the median wage in a place like Mississippi, when a minimum wage in California, $15 an hour, basically buys you a candy bar?
Well, again, this is the debate about the floor. I agree with you. In my district, $15 isn't enough. And the question is, should there be regional variance? Yes. And then the question becomes, what is the floor?
I mean, we have a federal system, so there's a real easy solution here, right? I mean, we actually have like cities and states, and they could do the thing.
Right, but the question is, there should be a national floor. And now I'm saying the floor should be $15. Do you believe there should be any floor? I mean, do you think, $7.25 I think is unreasonable. I mean, for example, Cotton and Romney have said the floor should be $10. I think Holly is saying it should be $15, but for billion corporations, Where would you set the floor?
I mean,
Would you say
there is a. I mean, unfortunately, there is a floor, and the floor is zero, and it's going to be felt by 1.4 million people who won't have a job come 2025 if we raise this to $15 minimum wage.
I guess my question is for you, would you support any national federal minimum wage at any standard?
No. I mean, I think free labor is black people.
Well, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you're having a very civil, reasonable exchange. The one place we agree upon is you said that I read somewhere that you believe rational debate is what's necessary in our democracy, and I wish we had more exchanges like this across the country.
Well, I really appreciate it, and I certainly hope that you're not canceled for having appeared on the show. Representative, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Ben Shapiro show. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you stay up to date on all of our future content.